All right, so to finish our video, I had to stop because I only get 15 minutes. So let's move on to the next example. The different ways it could be phrased is it could say find the coordinates of P so that P lies 5/6 of the way from B to A this time, given the coordinates, and here they are. The other way it could be phrased is find the coordinates of P so that P partitions the segment BA into the ratio of 5:1, given the coordinates. There they are again. And again, a ratio just means that if 5 represents dogs and 1 represents cats, what fraction of the animals are dogs? That would be 5 out of 6. And what fraction of the animals are cats? That would be 1 out of 6. So when I see this ratio of 5:1, that is the same as the fraction above as 5:6. All right, so either way you do this, you'll have to do this once for the x-coordinate. You'll have to do this once for the y-coordinate. And let's figure out where we start. So since it says from B to A, or segment BA, that means B will be our x1, y1, and A will be our x2, y2. So either way you want to look at it. All right, so first I'm going to take my starting point. So I'm looking for x1, that's 8, plus my fraction, which is 5/6. And now I will subtract the length from x2 to x1. So 2 take away 8. Starting with my order of operations, I parentheses first. Two take away 8 is -6. Then I multiply my fraction. So let's make this -6 a fraction. So I multiply across, that's -30. Multiply my denominator over 6, divide that up. And I get -5, and once I add that, the r coordinate is 3. And now I'll do the same for the y coordinate. So I'm starting with the y value, y1 is 10. I'm going to add to it, same fraction. And this time I'm going to take my y value, which is 4, y2, subtract y1, which is 10. Do my order of operations, so parentheses first. Which is -6. Then I multiply my fraction. So again, we'll turn the -6 into a fraction. Multiply across, I get -30. Multiply across, I get 6, which just happens to be, what we had the last time, but still, that's a coincidence. So now yr is going to be 10 plus, once I divide -30 and 6, I get -5. Add those up, and then my y coordinate is 5. So point P is located at the point 3, 5. All right, the next few examples are just practice. How do you fill out a bubble page, like if it were your PSAT test or maybe your SAT test? I'm not sure what you'll be taking this year, depending on your grade. So let's just practice this, a little bit of review. So what is the x coordinate of the midpoint? What is the x coordinate of the midpoint? So I'll be using my formula for midpoint where I add the x's, divide by 2, add the y's, divide by 2. But since they just want the x coordinate, this is all I have to do. So I'm going to take my x coordinate of 3, add my x coordinate of 9. When I add them up, I get 12, and 12 over 2 is 6. So the answer to question 1 is 6. So how do you fill out a page like this? You can either put the 6 here and do that, or you can go to the end and put the 6 here and then bubble it in. Just don't put it in the middle. It either goes to the far left or to the far right. All right, let's try problem 2 now. So problem 2 says the midpoint. So let's put a picture to this one. The midpoint is 3, 6. one endpoint, A, is negative 2 comma 7. They want us to find the y coordinate of the other one. So this is what I'm really looking for. So with that in mind, I really only need to focus on the y coordinates for everything else. So the midpoint, basically, if I add one endpoint, which is 7, plus my other midpoint, my other endpoint, which I don't know, cut it in half, I should get 6. All right, so if I want to think about what number would they cut in half, so what would my numerator have to be so that if I divided it by 2, I got 6? Well, that would mean this numerator here would have to be worth 12. This is kind of the more common sense to think about it. So that means 7 plus some number will make 12. And then if I just subtract my 7 over, I'll realize that it's 5. Now, a more mathematical way to solve it is, looking at this, to solve for y, the first thing I would move is that they divided by 2. So I would take my equation and multiply it by 2, and those would cancel out, which means I multiply the other side by 2, and then I get the same thing. 7 plus y equals 12, and once you move the 7 over, you get 5. So the 5 can go here, bubble it in, or the 5 can go here, bubble it in. Okay, so either start on the far left or the far right, just not in the middle. All right, those are our video notes. You're going to be moving into a practice again. The practice has a couple different problems. I'm not going to make a video for this, but there will be the answer key. The answer key will be with the substitute, and the answer key will also be in our Week at a Glance Week 6 if you want to check it out.